Hi, so I thought I'd do another little update on the scrapbook and the progress of that because it's been a while since I've done one. And I have had a couple of entries in there that I'm quite pleased with, to say the least. Every now and then people ask me, have you got any good replies lately? And sometimes I put the replies on Instagram and get really excited about them. And it's always the posts that get loads and loads of likes. If there's someone like particularly good or famous or is quite like in at the moment that gets a load of likes. So I've done a bit of a catch up kind of blog post, I thought, in terms of who it is. Weirdly, a lot of the ones that have happened since the last vlog I did on it have actually been where I've met the person in question, like myself. It's not been a letter or a response. I've actually been quite jammy and come across a few people knocking about. But to be fair, you'll understand why when I get to some of the pictures that like why I've met these people. It's just been a timing thing. Um, so yeah. I'll start off with one that is, I've met them in person, and that is when I met Harry from McFly back in March. He was coming out of a show that he was doing with some of the other Strictly kind of like winners and stars and stuff, and happened across him in the street, and he was really nice. There he is. There's me and him in a hat that my mother knitted. Yeah, I was really excited. I was like, I've met a boy band star who has his own like theatre show as well. That is everything that I hold dear, really, in it. So quite excited to meet Harry, as you can imagine. Quite giddy. It was absolutely sailing it down with rain, so hence the hat. But yeah, I love Harry. He's brilliant. McFly are actually like back now. They've got a tour that they've just announced, so relevant as ever. Brilliant. Very much like probably the most famous person that I've met in terms of like in the book. Probably one of the biggest celebrities. I mean, Olivia Colman's got an Oscar and stuff, so she's definitely a contender as well. But I've not met her in person. In terms of in person, it's probably a tie between him and Matthew Lewis. So pleased with that. Second entry since the last update is someone I'm a huge fan of, and I kind of met in passing a couple of years ago at West End Live, and she did her sound check for the Sunday afternoon. She did it in the morning while everyone was queuing, and she was amazing. She actually walked down the queue of people after she'd done the sound check. Like she came out with all this stuff and was like, "Hi, how is everyone? You all excited?" And somebody said to her, "Are you excited to perform?" And she said, "Yeah, the sound check's always alright, but it's not the same without all you guys in there getting excited and cheering and stuff." And she literally walked the queue with like no makeup on, like her hair half done, pair of flip flops, and went, "It's really hot out here, just like don't fry yourself before I see you, get some sunburn on. There's some sun cream on so you don't sunburn." She's also the first person um, since like Idina Menzel to do um, Elphaba and Wicked on both sides of the Atlantic. She's currently in Come From Away, which is like done amazingly, and she's just lovely. So this is a letter I wrote to Rachel Tucker, just saying I'm a big fan of yours. I kind of met you in passing, but don't have anything to show for it. Please, can I have an autograph, kind of thing. Just saying like the fact that I think she's like a star. And she just put, "Thank you so much for this lovely letter and the kind words. I will hold them in my heart forever. Lots of love, Rachel Tucker." And she's put like a little lipstick kiss on there. She hadn't put an X, she's put a little lipsticky kiss. So yeah, fan of that. Fan of Rachel Tucker. I got this reply in like May and then saw her in West End Live in June. So quick turnaround. When she came out on the stage and did Me and the Sky from Come From Away, I was like, that's Rachel. But yeah, I love Me in the Sky because it's about Beverly Elliott, who was the first female commercial pilot for American Airlines and the first woman to captain a full female crew as a pilot. And she was involved in the 9/11 terror attacks insofar as her plane got rerouted to Gander, which is where Come From Away is set. So she has a whole song about how for so much of her career and her life, everyone was like, women can't do that. And then she just proved them all wrong by doing it. So I love that song. I really love that song. Um, Next, like everybody knows, I believe anyway, how much I loved Horrible Histories at the time it came out, and now even. I will happily binge watch the entire 5 series that are on Netflix. Like, not the new ones. I'm not insane. Those are not my Horrible Histories peeps, okay? But the old ones, I will watch on a loop. And when the six big stars of that like put Ghosts together, it was honestly one of my favourite sitcoms. Like, it had me howling with laughter. And then at the same time, there was some bits where I was like, oh, that's really good. Like, I think they are such intelligent people to balance kind of comedy and sadness and touchingness, and then do all of that and write things and perform things that teach kids about history in such a fun way, because I loved the Horrible Histories books as a kid. And when there was a TV show, I was like, this is genius. This is everything I would have given my right arm to have on the TV when I was a kid, you know. So I loved it. And I have now in my book got Matt Bainton. Why I felt the need to give him his full Sunday name when he's written back just from Matt, I do not know. But yeah, I love him. I think he's brilliant. He's the one that does quite a lot of the singing in the songs of Horrible Histories as well, which I am obsessed with. So yeah, I'll let out a bit of like a at that. So he's just put, thank you for your kind letter from Matt Bainton. That seriously got so many likes on Instagram. There is obviously a lot of Matt Bainton fans and Horrible Histories fans and Ghost fans out there, of which I'm one, so I totally understand it. But yeah, chuffed with that. The next couple are really cool because these are people that I have met in person. These next couple are from West End Live. So obviously that's in June. I always go down. It's always around my birthday weekend. And I'm actually a little bit worried about this year's because I think it might fall on my actual birthday. So I'm a bit concerned about that, if I'm honest. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So this photo is from the first day of this year's West End Live in June, out back of Trafalgar Square. And for those of you that asked me how it was, and I've spoken about in previous blogs about it, Magic Mike, the show, closed the show on the Saturday. Doesn't interest me in the least that I could live without seeing a group of like oily fellas like just gyrating like that. That's not entertainment to me. Sorry, I don't think that's a discernible skill in the same way that an actual produced musical is. So I get that it's a West End theatre production and West End Live shows off everything in the West End. I don't begrudge its place there. I don't begrudge anything about it, I guess. It's just, it's not my cup of tea. So the act before them on the Saturday was John Owen Jones, who is the youngest man to have played Jean Valjean and the Phantom of the Opera. Luke McCall is the first man to do it as an understudy, and I think he was like 24, 25 when he did this. As the actual full-time Phantom and Jean Valjean, John Owen Jones had ticked both those boxes by the time he was 26. That's insanity. Genuine insanity to be that young and to do it. I mean, it was a fair few years ago. He's no spring chicken anymore. In fact, at West End Live, he made a joke about how the only songs he knew were Phantom and Les Mis because that's all he ever did. At the minute, he is the alternate Jean Valjean in the concert cast. It's either him or Alfie Boe that you get. And for my money, I would rather have John Owen Jones than Alfie Boe because I think John Owen Jones is a far superior actor to Alfie Boe. I get that Alfie Boe does a blinding version of Bring Him Home. I can't begrudge that at all. But John Owen Jones is John Owen Jones. And here he is. This is me and him. I collared him outside leaving. Oh God, shut the pages there. He was really nice. Really lovely. This is me protecting my head from sunburn with the sun hat. I had been stood stock still for like 17 hours by this point, so my legs weren't working, but there's John Owen Jones. really nice, really, really nice guy. So, yeah, pleased with that. So, day one of West End Live, caught myself a phantom, okay, in passing. Day two, I caught myself a Rowell. Now, as I've spoken about extensively, like extensively, Rowell from the Phantom of the Opera is like the best musical character or fictional character of all time. And I will fight anyone that says any differently. I mean, you're allowed to have your other options for favourite fictional character, but when it comes to musicals especially, Rowell is the man. Don't challenge me on this, okay? So this next one, I'm already like smiling. I look horrendous in this photo, by the way. I look like a thumb with pigtails, and you can see the line where my hat's been on all day. But I met, and I'd seen him in Jersey Boys when it was touring, and I'd given up the idea of like seeing him really after Jersey Boys had shut because he'd been in that for so long, and he'd done loads of other things, and yeah, I just kind of thought it would never really happen. Well, I'll show you it, and then I'll tell you another bit of story. So there's me and Simon Bailey. It's an awful picture of me. It's really awful, but he was so nice. He'd been on stage twice during the Sunday of West End Live. He performed with the Barricade Boys, and then he performed with the Frankie Valli Experience, which is like the Four Seasons and stuff, doing all those. So basically the music of Jersey Boys, let's call a spade a spade. But there is me and Simon Bailey. And I just look so happy. I honestly couldn't look more delighted. Yeah, he came out of the stage door and somebody called him for an autograph. And then as he was walking in, I went, "Excuse me, can I be really cheeky and can I get a photo? Is that all right?" And he went, "Oh, that's not cheeky at all. I'm a little bit sweaty. I hope you don't mind if I sweat on you." And I was like, "No." Of course I don't. Yeah, so yeah, he was lovely. He was also in a game that the BBC used to have on their website. It was a really weird game. It was about where you thought a pop star called Jamie Kane had died, and then somebody said, "Oh no, he's actually alive. I found him." And you had to go through all these like fake chat rooms and stuff. And in the end, the punchline was Jamie Kane had faked his own death. But the model and singer that they used for Jamie Kane was Simon Bailey. So I was delighted. I was like, I played that game when I was like 14. So 16 years later, I have found Jamie Kane. I've played the long game with that. So happy days. Massive fan of Simon Bailey. So lovely. So yeah, I caught a Rowell and a Phantom. I was quite pleased with that. That was a good weekend. After that, we're back to the actual replies. This is the largest. This I was worried wouldn't fit on the page, but fair play to James Acaster. That's a hell of a chunk of picture there. I'm a little bit in love with James Acaster right now, I won't lie to you. I love the Off Menu podcast that he does with Ed Gamble. I think it's amazing. And I am continually thinking what I would have on my dream menu. Many options, can't really pin it down. But yeah, I'm a massive fan of his. When the envelope came, and it was huge, like, I always send an envelope. That's what you should do. That's good etiquette. That's good letter writing etiquette, right? Send a stamped addressed envelope in with your letter. You are like 90% guaranteed to get something sent back. Or send something that you want them to sign and with a stamped addressed envelope, and you'll probably get it back, okay? They're like press, publicists, agents, whatever, want them to stay in good books. They're not going to turn you down for it if you send something. Well, very rarely. I wouldn't if I was in that boat, put it that way. So when the envelope came back with like my address that I'd done like stamped and stuck to the front, I was like, Jesus, what the hell is this? What have they sent? Who has sent this? But it was James Acaster sending the largest postcard I've ever seen in all my born days. So weird. But yeah, I was pleased with that. But yeah, those are my top tips. My next one, and I'm going to have to flip back to one that you've kind of already seen, but it does make me laugh that this has occurred. So, if you remember from my last blog, Christ on a bike, can't find it now. Oh yeah, here we go. You'll remember that I was really pleased that Tom Rosenfeller sent that where he'd labelled Simon Bird as Pussface with the Friday night dinner. similar sort of time when I wrote that, I also wrote to Simon Bird because I thought kill two brothers with one stone, right? He sent me back. It's he's written it on just like a bit of paper, so I wasn't like as giddy, but it was still cool. But he's written to Amy Shalom Simon Bird, i.e. Pussface. I love that they've both gone for the same joke. They've both said shalom and they've both referred to Simon Bird's character as Pussface. It's brilliant. It is actually brilliant that that is a thing that they do. Like, great minds think alike. So that made me absolutely howl that it was very much a same version of the same joke. Loved it. Brilliant. Made me proper cackle. Um, On to my next one. This is my most recent one, so this is the last one in there. And it was very fitting because it came on the same day as the theatre tickets came from the next time I'm going to see this show. So I wrote after the first time I saw this show, and I've also got theatre tickets booked for seeing it again because I loved it so much. And the same day that the theatre tickets came, after that day that I'd spent an absolute fortune on theatre tickets, I got this. Leighton Williams, everybody's talking about Jamie, like publicity shot in his school shirt and tie and everything. I'm obsessed with how his makeup looks. I want it so bad. I really want that makeup. Like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't ever look as good as a drag queen. It's just, I just won't. But yeah, it was funny that the post came and it was, I think it was the Kinky Boots and We Will Rock You tickets in one envelope because they're at Hull, New Theatre. And then in the other envelope was Jamie tickets. And then a third envelope came and it was that. And it was just so funny that it happened to come on the same day. Like, oh, hey, I've booked to see you again. Oh, here you are. So yeah, I'm excited to go see a few more shows because I might have to write a few more letters to the casts afterwards. Um, yeah. I mean, and Juliet, I've already written to Jordan Luke Gage and got my letter up in his dressing room from Bat Out of Hell, and he's already replied an amazing letter, which is wronging because he said that he thinks my dad's cool, but you know, whatever. So I probably won't write to him again. That'd be a bit weird, but yeah, I mean, the cast of some of the shows that I'm off to go see, like Charlie Stemp, Oliver Tomset, Zizi Stralin, amazing casts. So I might have to write a few letters after that, and the scrapbook may yet extend. But that's not until November, and I'm sure there are still a few replies that I'm outstanding. I did get my stamped addressed envelope back in the post a few weeks ago with nothing in it. That the flap was open, it hadn't been sealed. And I just think somewhere in a sorting office there could be like an autograph to me from somebody, because I can't remember who like it was. I sent out colourful envelopes and I genuinely can't remember who I sent that particular coloured envelope to. Like the Jamie one I sent in a blue envelope because blue's like the theatre kind of poster colour. So I thought that was quite appropriate. When I wrote to Rachel Tucker, it was green because she's famous for being in Wicked. And all my days, I can't remember who I sent the purple one to. I just can't remember. And it's killing me. Like, it's so stressful, the thought that some oik in a sorting office has just binned it. It fills me with terror. But, you know, you win some, you lose some, don't you? I'll probably have to write a few more letters now. I have actually got a few stamped addressed envelopes ready and round to go. Just need to look up a few addresses and we are good. So update in a bit when I've got a few more replies, I reckon.